How's it going today, guys? So today we're going to go over my Bitcoin rewards. We're going to go a little bit over the Bitcoin difficulty. I'm going to show you guys some numbers in the GoMining calculator. We're going to do our normal thing. So let's get right into it, guys. So basically, you can see that I've now mined 6,545,639 sats. So that's pretty decent, I'd say. I did show you guys this yesterday. I will show you again, basically, that I just haven't actually really bought Terahash since February 21st, February 22nd, other than a total of 4 Terahashes between all of this time. So not too bad. So buying Terahash just has not been my strategy for quite some time now. You guys will see that I did take my rewards in Bitcoin again. And this may seem contradicting, but it's really not. GoMining token has gone up a little bit in price since the days that I was mining from let's actually go back a little bit. Let's go back I think I started like around June 18th to July 15th. So you guys will see that all these days from July 1st is when I started. GoMining token was down in price, and Bitcoin was also down in price, but the token price has actually increased since most of these days that I mined the token until like the last 5 days or so. And then I switched over to mining Bitcoin because if we go over here, you will see that we just got a difficulty change, meaning that we are getting 5% more Satoshis right now than what we were 4 or 5 days ago. So it does make sense why I switched over. And then I'm also just looking to hold a little bit of Bitcoin. There's a good possibility that the Bitcoin that I'm currently taking out right now, that I'm either going to send over to Robinhood or Coinbase, and I'm going to use that Bitcoin to short trade and long trade to basically start trying to trade a little bit to increase my profits. That's not going to be like the majority of what I'm doing, but if I had $1,000 worth of Bitcoin being traded like that, I'd feel completely comfortable having half my money in shorts, half my money in longs, something like that. It's something, it's something I'm pondering, guys. So if we go over more into the actual reward here, and we go to the USD, you will see that is $26.41. So I'm literally taking this entire reward of Bitcoin because I paid for my electricity and my service in the GoMining token that I have mined in profit in the last couple weeks. So I'm taking the whole reward in Bitcoin right now. So that's definitely pretty cool. So you'll see here, like when I'm mining the token, I'm also that day I'm using part of my pool reward to actually pay for the electricity and the service. So that's why I end up getting basically nothing when you see me mining for GoMining token, is because on that day I'm actually using some of my pool reward to pay for the electricity and the service. I'm not using my already accrued GoMining token. I'm only using that already accrued GoMining token when I switch over to mining for Bitcoin. It's something that's been working out for me. I definitely like doing it this way. And one thing you got to keep in mind, guys, is there's no other way for me to really do this. Like if I do want to take some Bitcoin rewards, this is a strategy for me, is to mine for GoMining token and then pull out money for Bitcoin. So let's say, I think I did the math yesterday or so. I was around $260 or so in profit per month right now at current prices. And that's including my tokens and my Bitcoin, but I'm like 220 in Bitcoin per month in profit. So basically what that means is I can only switch over to mine for $220 worth of Bitcoin. All of the other days that I'm mining has to be for GoMining token to cover the entire month's worth of electricity, basically. So it might end up being like 22 days, 22 to 24 days of mining for GoMining token, that I might only get 5 to 10 days of mining for Bitcoin. That's my actual profit in a month. That's actually a strategy that I was planning from the very beginning. It just took a long time to get to this stage because I had my electricity funded for so long. I really do like to look at my miner a little bit, man. I always wish that I did have like 10 of these, like this divided by 10. That would be pretty cool to have a bunch of other miners. So if we just see like how long I've been mining Bitcoin now, you will see that I've now been mining for 187 days. So not too bad. I kind of thought this said 188 the other day, so I'll have to go back on my video. Oh well. But then you will see that now I have some achievement ratings. I don't think it really means that much because at the end of the day, if somebody has mined a bunch of tokens and gotten all these rewards, the only thing that's really important about these rewards is the cash value or the Bitcoin value tied behind these rewards. So it's basically like if a miner got a bunch of rewards and it has all these trophies, if you weren't the one like getting the token and you weren't the one like winning that 256 multiplier, then your token doesn't really matter because you don't have the money for the token. So that's the one part where it's like I understand the gamified experience, but I don't understand it in a sense of like, oh, you're gonna buy a miner because it has these trophies. That doesn't make much sense to me at all. And if we go back here, guys, this has been tempting. So this 12 watt per terahash miner, I've been so tempted to just buy a terahash, but currently I'm not going to. I'm just not a fan of how when I started mining Bitcoin was in the 90s. So like I can't be selling my Bitcoin right now in the 60s because I had like a month or two where it was in the 90s and I should have just sold all my Bitcoin at that point. Like, why would I spend that Bitcoin when we're in the 60s, you know? So, kind of stupid. It is what it is, guys. So, let's actually go over to the Go Mining calculator for a minute. And I also do want to show you guys a little bit with the marketplace and the used miners as well, because we might be able to see a decent deal going on over there. So you'll see that I have my 826.34 terahashes at 15 watts per terahash right here, and I do have my 12.89% discount. I don't know why other days Go Mining wasn't showing me the 0.89. I just saw 12.8. Like, why didn't I see like a 0.81, 8.87? Like, I'm not sure what was up with that. Um, I would assume that they are. I think I yeah, I'm pretty sure they're tracking way past the second decimal. By the way, that would be pretty bad if not. So we'll see though. I have a 27.80% margin, so it's not like I'm not making anything. And then we always do have to add that token lock and how I get rewards added on top of this. So I am getting like $1.20 to $1.50 worth of Go Mining token rewards on top of this. So that does put me right around like 865 to 885 per day in profit right now because eventually that Go Mining token that I do get as a reward will end up becoming Bitcoin eventually. It's just how it works. That will end up becoming Bitcoin. I'm not gonna continue doing a bunch of 4-year locks. It's just like kind of crazy. Um, I'm cool with the lock I have now. It helps me out on the platform, but I don't want to just keep locking my money away. I'm just not a fan of that. I do want to hold Bitcoin in my personal account and basically, yeah, just have it like that, man. Um, yeah, so this valuation mode, I was just thinking like they've just changed this website so much and I haven't been on the website too much to like really test it and see what they changed exactly because I used to have a few more features that I could really go through, but then you guys will see that my profit, this is just Bitcoin. This isn't adding in my token reward, but that's $52.18 per week. I mean, it's something, man. $226.89 per month. I mean, it's something. It's not the best, but it's something. And and one thing I wanted to show you guys, which I'm gonna have to look another time, is I used to be able to just type in like at current Bitcoin rate, like if I save my Bitcoin now for 110,000 Bitcoin or whatever, it used to tell me exactly what my total profit would be. And I always thought that was pretty cool because it ends up having a multiplying effect. So basically, if Bitcoin's what, like 64K right now. So if Bitcoin was all the way at 128,000, that wouldn't just mean that I make $226 times two. It would be a multiplying effect because since my electricity doesn't change, only the profit goes up. Basically, the profit will outpace the electricity. And instead of it being plus 226, at that rate, it might be plus 700. Like, like it ends up being literally multiples of the amount that you're expecting. So, I really do like those projections. I will figure that out after this video. I just don't want to click around forever because I do feel like that is pretty important. It gives you this sense of like what your earnings could actually be, you know? I definitely do like that. So then so if we like, let's just look into it because I know a lot of you guys probably aren't anywhere near 800 something terahash, which is fine. Like, I kind of wish I was around 300, and then I just had a little bit more token, a little bit more cash or whatever to buy Bitcoin on a dip or whatever. But it is what it is. I can't really reverse time. Um, so 100 terahash is at 15 watt. Um, it looks like on a daily basis, you'd be making 90 cents if you were like, let's say you're actually here, you have an efficiency of 12%, and let's say you didn't really buy much GoMining token, you only bought a well, no, maybe you did buy some GoMining token and you don't have a bunch of the VIP level stuff. So maybe you have a decent amount of GoMining token, 5.1% of GoMining token. You'd be making $1.03 per day, 31% margin. So, it's like Bitcoin is down in price, so we're not super profitable right now, no matter like how we look at it. I wanted to go over the Bitcoin difficulty just a little bit with you guys. So my video I had yesterday, it was looking like we were gonna go up like another 4 or 5%. It seems like maybe they caught some like people found blocks a little bit slower. We are still 16 blocks ahead. Um, so it does seem like now the next difficulty adjustment is looking to possibly only go up 2.7%, meaning that we do get 2.7% less Bitcoin. So even if you're buying terahashes, you're buying GoMining token, it doesn't matter. You're going to have 2.7% basically less funds to buy that terahash or buy that GoMining token. Um, so again, that is one of the reasons why I was like, oh, I should probably pull in a little bit of Bitcoin because if Bitcoin does fly up in price, I still think it's going down. But if it does fly up in price, I'm still holding a decent amount of Bitcoin, and I could just have a little bit more Bitcoin. So, and it's just like there comes to a extent, guys, where um, I'm not trying to have like $1,000 or $2,000 liquid GoMining token in my wallet. I really want the Bitcoin. When I have Bitcoin, it's mainly in my possession. I control the Bitcoin. This is a password. This is a website. I don't really control it. My funds on here. I gotta just hope the platform stays up and everything's safe. But I'm not gonna just have everything in here, So it's like sometimes I do get nervous. Like, should I even be holding on to this? Like, should I just like pull everything into Bitcoin and transfer it off? And if Bitcoin goes down 20%, whatever, at least I have my money out of the account for now. But if Bitcoin does go down to 56, 55,000, this 430 Go mining token I have is going to help me stay a little bit profitable. That way I can just have like the mental like mindset basically of how I'm still in a profit, so I'm not doing that bad. But once I'm not like making any profit on my miner, it's not going to feel too good. It is what it is. It's not going to feel too good though. Um one thing I would like to do a little bit, let me check the time really quick. One thing I would like to do a little bit is go over here to the marketplace with the miners. And let me take a quick sip of my monster. It'll only take a second. Okay, guys. Oh, geez, that was kind of warm. Kind of gross. Um, so let's look over here. So I like to immediately like go over here because you never know what kind of trickery is happening if you don't have a filter. 12 watt. We search for 12 watt to begin with because 12 watt is going to be the miner that lasts the longest on the platform. Technically, it just is what it is. I do understand that there are some other miners that you may be able to get a lot more terahash and a lot more profit, and we're going to go over that a little bit too. So if we look here, let's immediately look at the prices. So in my other videos, let's go to hot deals. So it really looks like somebody bought that silver miner, guys. That silver miner is gone. Somebody spent I think it was like $17, maybe $17.05 per terahash. There was a silver miner over here before. Somebody did sell that, so pretty cool. So this looks like the best deal right now for 10 terahashes, $174. You can buy this for $17.41 per terahash. So what we can do is we can go over here, and this is projecting you at 80. So that's kind of what I was hoping to do with the on that website, is like do some projections. But so it looks like you would get 15 cents a day, and you got to realize, guys, like you're not spending like a lot of money on this miner. The ROI is 30% right now. That means that's a 3-year return, but it's not going to take 3 years once the Bitcoin price goes up. So that's what makes it complicated. So yeah, you would be getting 15 cents a day. Then if you only paid in Bitcoin instead, looks like you'd be getting 10 cents a day because you wouldn't have the GoMining discount, the token discount. I do think this assumes that you have a 20% discount. I do want to throw that out there. But if we did do the projection, at 100,000 Bitcoin, you're making 32 cents a day. You're making 28 cents a day. So do you see like that difference? How when we were at current, GoMining token 15 cents, Bitcoin 10 cents. Do you see how you're literally getting half the reward if you pay in Bitcoin over GoMining token when we're low in price? But if we go like up in price, do you see how GoMining token is 32 cents and then Bitcoin is 28 cents? That is not a 50% difference. So having GoMining token with the discount is like very good when you're like efficient, but as Bitcoin does scale up in price, your GoMining token numbers aren't going to scale. They're just going to kind of stay and save you that same amount. Like if it was saving you $1 a day, it's going to still save you $1 a day. It's not going to scale up with Bitcoin and suddenly save you $2 a day, unless the token price doubles. Now, if the token price doubles, that's where an advantage with that would happen. I just wanted to point that out to where it's like once Bitcoin really goes up, this is like the multiplying effect where suddenly you can like really make some money. So let's do like 130. Like so 47 cents and 42 cents. So there's still a decent difference. So buying the GoMining token and holding it is still pretty good. Um, so let's go back over here a little bit. And so it seems like they have some decent deals, but it does look like a lot of these miners went up $1 or $2 per terahash compared to my videos I was showing you guys just a few days ago. It doesn't seem like you have a crap load of options. And then yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, my video, we kind of went over some of the so let's actually look at some of these like bigger miners. So let's do like 25 watts to like let's do 500 or 25 terahashes, not watts. Hot deals. So you will see, so like oh, click that again. So even like the best deal, so you can get a lot more terahash, that is selling for $18.49 per terahash, guys. So that's definitely a little bit crazy. because these were all a lot cheaper the other day. That might be because GoMining token went down. So that's another thing is like certain times if you hold cash, GoMining token goes down because you can't have the money already in the GoMining token. If it's already in the GoMining token and the token went down, your value went down too. So if you had like a little bit of your liquidity in cash, GoMining token goes down, and then you buy a miner, then that's when you can really get the cheap prices of 16 watts per terahash or 16 terahash per watts, or not per watts. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That's when you can get the this efficiency of 18 like $17 per terahash or $16 per terahash. Um, so that is pretty interesting, guys, because normally when you buy the bigger miner, that's when it's going to be the cheapest, and it doesn't seem like that is the case here. It seems like they're all pretty up there in price. They're pretty close to GoMining's retail price. So that's definitely pretty interesting to me, honestly. Look at this whale. That's pretty cool. Um, so if we go over here, let's look at the let's do the efficiency. Let's do the 15 watts per terahash. Apply. So you guys will see immediately that suddenly the ROI is like 50%. So you are only paying $8.99 per terahash. The 15-watt miners cost around 20 or 25% more in electricity, but they're giving literally double the amount of terahash right now. So that's what's really interesting. These miners could become unprofitable if Bitcoin really does hit 50K, like what some people are saying it's going to in the next month or two. These could become unprofitable for a while. But once Bitcoin goes back up, assuming Bitcoin goes back up and assuming the difficulty doesn't like 3x or something crazy, when these miners are back up and Bitcoin's up in price, that's when you're suddenly making a lot of money, man. So it's like even my miner, like there's a chance I could ROI. Um, there's a chance I could ROI from the Bitcoin that I'm holding right now, honestly. That's why part of my strategy was to hold some Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes 2, 3, 4x, I'm gonna be pretty close, or I'm gonna be right at my ROI amount, and then I'm in pure profit, technically speaking. Um, but guys, you will see that these miners are just a lot cheaper. So buying a lot of the big people on the platform, they're still doing 15 watt per terahash. A lot of people are waiting for the prices of the efficiency upgrade to go down. I personally learned from entering the platform that you should never rush and go all in to like any of this. Like, do a little bit of efficiency, then stop. Like, you don't have to get all the way down to 12, and then just stop for a while. Wait for them to release a discount. Because the thing is like the amount you're going to save from when they lower their prices is going to be a lot more than the amount that you're making or the amount you're saving right now. So that's like the weird part to think about with this. And like one of my strategies is holding Bitcoin and GoMining token. I'm never just focused on the miners. But yeah, guys, these are all pretty decent. I mean, it does go up in price a little bit, but I definitely do like to use Marketplace. It's definitely pretty cool. If you use, even if you buy a used miner, definitely use my referral because it will give you other benefits. But guys, this is something that I would probably do if I was to get another miner. Like, I wouldn't be expecting myself to like double my terahash or whatever, but eventually I might have another 40 terahashes or another 80 terahashes. Because my strategy for quite some time is going to be to pull my money out of the platform and to just get my ROI back, get my money back, and then that way I can invest in something else or invest a little bit more into here when Bitcoin's price is up and just like continue going on. Because if this doesn't work for me, guys, and if I mean, right now I can't lose all my money unless I like really mess up with all my crypto wallets and stuff, but I would still lose a lot if it like shut down on me right now. But it's just like the goal is to walk away with my money and walk away with my money in profit so I can continue doing stuff like this. If I get wiped out, man, like that would be pretty bad. It would take me a while to build back to where I got to even spend the money that I spent on here. Um, I'm pretty sure that's going to be it for today, guys. We went over the marketplace, we went over the difficulty, we went over the calculator a little bit. Um, I think I'm gonna start posting a little bit of like Bitcoin news. We might start going over a couple of the top articles of the day. I am looking to bring you guys more content and kind of combine Go mining with just like maybe like normal Bitcoin mining too, because at the end of the day, Go mining is the same thing. Like they're running ASICs in a building with lots of power. There was a YouTuber. His name is Vosk Coin. He's um he's like an ASIC Bitcoin miner guy. He did just tour their facility, so that is pretty cool. So I was actually able to watch that video. It's over on his channel. And I just saw a bit more. I have to actually watch the whole video. I think I saw like 5 or 10 minutes of it, and my daughter made me run up and get something for her. Pretty sure it was something like that. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be completely it. I know I've said that 3 times, so that's how I always end my videos. I tell you guys it's over, and then I keep talking, and then it's not over, and I tell you, then we just repeat. How's it going today, guys? So Nick's income strategies has been growing, but the one thing I am currently missing is watch time on my channel. One thing I've done is I've increased my video length, and I am going to be posting a lot more for you guys, but I do ask if you guys could also assist me, and if you could go through my long form content, check out my videos or maybe some topics that you are interested in. And then I also did set up a playlist. So I'm going to be setting up a few more playlists. So then if you just want to binge watch through a bunch of my videos, you can do that. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe, share the content. See you later.